Just show up. This is the advice my mom gave me once when I was trying to figure out what kind of content to make. My name's Joe. I go by Memo 71. I'm a music producer and your new favorite person. So, just show up. Back in 2021, my mom and I were going for a walk, and I was trying to figure out what kind of content I could do to promote my music, to show people I'm a music producer. And I remember I was trying to come up with all these different ideas. I was like running all these different ideas because I think so much. I was thinking like, one idea I remember I had was like, I can go up to people and be like, oh, let me show you this song. And it's like going to be like my song, and like basically record their reaction to, showing them my music. Which would have been like a little bit more elaborate, which would have been kind of cool. I still wouldn't be opposed to doing that, but it was a little bit more elaborate. But I remember I came up with a bunch of ideas like this, and I was like, which one is going to get like the most engagement? Which one's going to get like people to actually follow me and want to keep watching my videos? But my mom said something so simple, which I still use to this day, and I always go back to whenever I'm like stuck, is just show up. So my mom, she watches TikToks as well, and she told me that like the people that she's interested in are the people that just are just showing up on her page time and time again. She said you get comfortable just seeing their face over and over and over again. Like you get to know them just because you've seen them so many times. So instead of trying to come up with this perfect video of like, this perfect video of, something super spectacular, just showing up on someone's feed and getting them to be comfortable with you is one way for you to start building that fan base. Then she also said something else. She said the purpose of just showing up is when you show up consistently, actually you start to find what kind of content works and what kind of content doesn't work. So instead of trying to just think and be like, oh, what kind of content's going to work, what's not going to work, it's like, no. Let's just start posting. Just start posting, putting stuff out there. And then by, making some moves, all of a sudden stuff just starts to happen. So I put this to the test. I literally put this to the test. I went ahead and was like, you know what? I'm just going to post music producing content. I don't know what kind of content it's going to be. Just as long as it's related to music producing, I'm just going to post it. And I think the first video I made was like me like talking about a guitar chord or something like that. It probably got like 5 likes. So nothing crazy. Then I kept posting every single day, or pretty much every single day. I would just post a new video on TikTok, just music producing wise. And my mom was right. The more I was posting, I started noticing things that worked and things that didn't work. So I started noticing things that I enjoyed doing more. I noticed stuff that would get a little bit more engagement. Like, for example, I noticed when I cut out certain words or certain breaths in between, to make the videos a little bit shorter and faster, I'd get more engagement. I noticed when I use red text on the beginning of my TikToks, it like drew people's attention more. I noticed that if I had a hook in the first 2 seconds, it usually drew people's attention. Like, today I'm going to recreate the beat of this from memory, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So when I would do stuff like that, I noticed that I would get more engagement. And I posted consistently for about 6 months until one day, out of nowhere, I had a video go viral. And it was that video I just talked about, is me recreating a beat from memory. Now, I have to admit, I didn't make up that concept. I actually saw that kind of video on a YouTube video once. I saw some guy do that. He was like, I'm going to recreate a beat from memory. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. I wonder if I can do it. And I did it on TikTok. And boom, I went viral. Like, I remember the first video I did was, well, actually, I didn't go viral the first time. I think the first one I did was Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. And, I did okay. But then I think it was either Redbone or Humble. One of the two. Or WAP. It was one of those three. But anyways, one of those videos like went super viral. Like super, super viral. Okay, not like super, like maybe like 100,000 likes or something. But like, I got engagement and people started following me. And so like the rule of like content and stuff usually is when you do something good, you recreate it over and over and over again until it's no longer good. And so that became my series. I just kept posting those kind of videos now. And every single day I would post a new me recreating a beat from memory. And it was super fun for me because I was just challenging myself to try different beats. And again, like my mom said, the audience was telling me what was what they wanted to see, basically. Because I kept thinking like, well, what are they gonna want to see? What do they like? You know, are they gonna like this kind of video? Is this gonna bring more engagement? But in reality, when you just test, you know, the market will tell you what they want and what they don't want. And that will usually show up by views, by likes, by comments, stuff like that. Anyways, my TikTok page in 2021 grew to about 25,000 followers. And right now it's about 26,000 followers. So I haven't really gained too many since then. But I'm still grateful for it. But I just wanted to talk about this idea of just showing up, because it's such a simple yet powerful concept. Because I think as music producers, as artists, as, you know, people that create things, we get so what's the word? I guess we get very like possessive. That's where I'm looking. Possessive over our art. It's like, no, this is mine. Like, I can't show anybody this. This is mine. I don't want to make, because if I show someone it, they might think that like it's bad, or they might like judge it, and it has to be perfect before I release it. But in reality, it's like, no, like actually a lot of times when you just release things, yeah, you're right. Sometimes you will get, or actually a good amount of times you're not going to get the reaction that you're hoping for. But by posting consistently, by showing up each time, first off, you're building your loyal fan base. People that see you day in, day out, they just remember your face. They know your voice. They know the way you look, the way you sound, what you're about. They get excited to see your video. Just the same way that, you know, I'm on TikTok a lot and I watch videos a lot. I get excited when I see certain content creators post videos, and they're not even necessarily music producers. I just, you know, I like to watch their videos. And so when I see like their face in like a familiar background or something, I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm ready for this video, you know? So it's true. Just showing up, people will eventually tell you what they want. Now this reminds me of, I actually just read the Atomic Habits by I think James Clear, I think that's his name. I was listening to the audiobook over this past weekend, and it was really good. And he talks about this one idea, or this like one like study or something that happened a while ago. And I've heard this before. It's kind of famous, but I wanted to share it, just in case you've never heard of it. There's this like study. I don't know if it's true. Probably is, but basically this teacher, photography teacher, gave two groups of people. He split the class in two, and he gave one group an assignment to say, at the end of the year, I want you to give me one really amazing photo. Just give me your best photo, and that's where your grade is going to be based upon. Then the other group, he said, you're going to be graded on not the quality, but the quantity. The more pictures you give me, the higher your grade. So the end of the year comes, or the end of the term, whatever you want to call it, it comes, and it turned out that the people with all the more quantity, the people that were making or taking photos every single day, they ended up having the best photos. And the reason why is because instead of just having one photo they had to try to make perfect, they were constantly tweaking. You know, they'd take a photo one day and be like, you know, the lighting here doesn't look as good. Let me try tomorrow doing it a little bit this way. Let me try it this way a little bit. Tweaking it. So by the time the final product came, like the end of the year, and you see like the final photos, you're like, wow, these are really, really good. Versus the people that spent so much time looking and obsessing over this one photo. I'm sure the photos were fine, but the ones that did the reps, basically, it's like working out, you know, putting the reps in, they were the ones that actually ended up doing a lot better in the long run. So using this analogy, we can say it's the same as just showing up, right? Instead of being like what I was doing, which was thinking, how can I make this photo the best? Or in other words, how can I make my content for music production the best? Instead, my mom said, no. Joe, just show up. Just post something. Just make something. Make a beat. Show us what you're about. You know, it might be good. It might not be good. Who knows? But you'll never know until you post it. And it's true. I think my content has gotten a lot better on TikTok, on Instagram, and I'm just starting to get onto YouTube. But today, actually, I wanted to try it out. So I'm actually just using my iPhone. I'm not even using the back camera. I'm using the front camera. I have like a little setup, like a little light right here, a little light in the back. I'm trying out this microphone. I'm not even using my professional microphone. I'm just using this like cheap Amazon microphone I have. I'm probably not going to edit it that much just because I just want to release it. I just want to put it out there in the world. But yeah, I just think it's important that we show up. You know, so I don't know. Just don't think too hard sometimes. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I guess I'm telling myself as well, because I think so much about so many different things. I overthink, right? I think a lot of us artists, we do that. And I guess what I'm learning and what I wanted to share is it's better to just get into your body and out of your mind and just do, just show up, just do it, just do it, My mom also, sorry, I love my mom, so I just have to keep like talking about her. She always would reference this one scene in the Shawshank Redemption. So Shawshank Redemption is like my favorite movie of all time, and it's like, I think it's hers as well, I think. And she always referenced that one scene. It's not really a spoiler, but maybe a small spoiler if you haven't seen it. But basically, Andy Dufresne, like the main guy, he's in prison, right? And he's trying to build this library in prison, but they don't have books. So he starts just sending out letters, I think to like the government, the local library, or something like that. But he just sends letters, and he gets rejected or no response. But he does it, I don't remember how long he does it, but he does it like every single day or every single week, just consistently sending out a letter, sending out a letter, sending out a letter, until finally, after like, I don't know how long, I forget how long, but after a long period of time of doing this over and over and over and over again, eventually they were like, okay, please stop sending us letters. Here's all his books. And they send him all his books, and he's able to make that library in the prison. And my mom always tells me that she loves that story or that little plot line in the movie because it's just such a good analogy or good message for life, right? Instead of just one time being like, okay, I give up, I tried it, didn't work, I can't build this library. No, he did it every single day, and he showed up every single day. It's the same way that you and I, we should be doing that, right? Like me, I'm a music producer. I want to try to show up as much as I can, right? Just show up. Instead of letters, we now use content. Content is the new letters. I look at that like every single video is an opportunity for something amazing to happen. And I've seen it firsthand where it has, right? On TikTok, I was posting for 6 months. Every single day. 6 months. I was just posting every single day. Nothing was really coming about it. And I was trying all these different things until one day they finally sent my books in. They finally, I had a viral video and everything started working out. And it wouldn't have happened if I had just sat there for 6 months and tried to figure out the best video to post. If I had done that, like, I don't know what would have happened. I would have assumed probably nothing. I'd assume I'd sit there thinking of the best, most viral video to make, and I'd make it 6 months later. I'd post that one video, and I'd get 10 likes. Probably. So, moral of the story, just show up. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who's seeing your videos. You never know. You have one life. Make the most out of it. And again, I'm speaking to myself as well when I'm speaking to you. So please don't look at me as like some kind of like authoritative figure that's like got it all figured out. I'm just posting this because I just wanted to share my thoughts and the wisdom of my lovely mom. And yeah, I just hope you have a great day. Keep making music. Keep making content. And don't forget to be memorable, right? You never want to forget that. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.